today, and it's really it's quite emotional because this is a special place and it's a very magical place for me. You know, I went to school here as a kid and had some good teachers, and I, was able to return as a teacher, and then to be back as principal is something that I'll always treasure. And I see Diane nodding because she feels the same way. She knows how special this place is, and Mary, to a lot of us. When I think about this project, I think about three words: friendship, fun, and gratitude. And so I remember going to school here, and you can see this patch of grass, there was a climber. And I was on that climber one day, and there was a kid that could do things on the climber that I'd never seen before. He could swing from one end to the other over and over and never come down. He could hang from his feet. He had incredible balance. And I remember being on that climber with him and looking at him with awe and saying, "I'm Hugh," and he said, "I'm Mariah." And from that day on, we were friends. And we lost him before I left the school. And that's always really stuck with me. And what stuck with me is that moment where, we weren't in a classroom. We weren't reading a book. We weren't, doing math or language answers on demand like us teacher people like to do. But we were connecting. And over the last how many decades, this school has been a venue for people to connect. And so that leads me to my two other words: gratitude. I don't know that we've had a fundraising project quite like this in the school board, where we've been able to partner with a service club like the Rotary Club. And, I got to say, service club really doesn't aptly describe what Rotary has done here. Like the Heart Club, I think I should call you, right? Because everything involved in this has been about love and love for kids. And that just means so much. And I remember when we had the first meeting, and Jeff and Tony and Dave and more and more people started to get involved, and we were able to coax Jeff through the frustration of dealing with the board policies, right, Jeff? So, and so we decided from that point on to have our meetings off-site at Jeff's place. We all know what that is, and that was really good, right? And so, and that brings me to gratitude. I'm so grateful that I've been able to meet the friends I've met in Rotary and to see the incredible work they do. And Mayor Luke, I just want to say, the support from the town and the council, but you're absolutely right. The Rotary Club drives so much in this community. I'm so thankful for the friendships that came out of this project. Because again, just like being a little boy on the climber, I now have people that I walked in and saw today and thought, wow, I've missed you. And that's great. I'm so incredibly grateful for the donors. And one of the things that I think was special about this project was that it was donors and large donors from both communities. And, it was special. Roots Gaspar and Tuggies joining, our friends from Home Hardware and, from Square Deal Meals, and then people just who individually wanted to make a donation. And that's what this whole place is about: connection and coming together. And then I want to say fun. I've hinted about meeting at Jeff's place. That was a lot of fun. But what I learned is a raffle for Leafs tickets, because people cared enough to give us Leaf tickets. So we had gambling. And then, there was the Rotary beer. And I don't know if that maybe contributed to some of the donation for the project. I'm sure it didn't. But that was pretty fun. So we had that. We did have to draw the line at dancers. Right? Tony offered, but I said, no, Tony, I don't think so. And so I think we've had a lot of fun doing this. And what I do know is that moving forward all year and moving on, that's a lot of fun. So I just am so friendship, fun, and gratitude. Thank you.